Hello. In this video, I'm going to be talking you through the process of sharing a customized data view with other viewers. It's kind of a complicated process that only principal level users can follow and aware. So I went ahead and made this decision-making tree to try to help you make sense of it all. So it always starts with saving your view first and renaming it. Try to make it something that makes sense. I would recommend possibly having your the grade level and or subject if it's one of those, if it's specific to those, something that makes sense if it's like a data card or something that makes sense to you about the topic of the data view, and then also the year. So the next thing you need to think about is who is the intended audience. Is it only for you? Then it's going to be a little bit simpler process. You really only need to think about will you be using it for multiple purposes and multiple assessments? If you are, you're going to be making a quick view, and that is going to come with a couple of other steps that you need to think about. If it's a standalone view, then you're just going to save it and look under your saved views. If you are sharing it with teachers or academic leaders, there are slightly different steps for that. You need to think about which teachers. If it's specific teachers, like individual teachers or grade levels or subjects, then the only way to do that is to send it. It will be a static view, meaning the teachers cannot switch between summary levels. So if you send it to them and it's at the student level, that's all they're going to be able to see. If you send it to them and it's at the um, teacher or course summary level, then that's all they're going to be able to see. If that's okay, great, send it, type their username. If that's not okay and they really need to be able to switch between different summary levels, then you're still going to save it, but then think about including the name of that grade level or subject so that you can then make it a quick view, because everyone on the campus is going to be able to see it. So follow that area up there. Same thing if you're sending it to all campus teachers, then you'll make it a quick view, and you'll click My Campus Teachers. But then anytime you do anything, quick views, quick view, campus quick view, you need to go through this extra set of steps. And by quick view, I mean when you have the drop down menu of choices of views when you're looking at a particular assessment. So you need to think about how many assessments are in this data view. Is there one assessment? Great, you're good to go. No extra problems, nothing else to think about. If there are multiple assessments, then you need to make sure that the first test, the test you have up at the top, is a placeholder test. It will not be seen by any users who use that quick view, whether it's your quick view, whether it's a quick view and campus teachers are using it, or whether it's a campus quick view that only principal level users can use. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. The other thing is, if you're only doing a standalone view for academic leaders, it's a whole lot easier to just share and make it a campus view. Again, only principal level users can do that campus view. And that is something that they can still summarize, and student, teacher, course, school, summary levels. So remember, in a previous video, I showed you how to create a customized view and how to save it. And that's the first step anytime you want to share a saved view with anyone. Let's find out how to find that saved view that you created. When you are on the Analyze tab, down below Quick Views, you'll see My Saved Views. If I click there and open it, here is the view that I created before. If this view is for myself, then that's really all I need to do. I've saved it and I can refer back to it anytime I want under My Saved Views. However, if I want to share it with some other users, then I need to take a couple of other steps. So this is where I want to think about, okay, are these just, since this is a short list, maybe these are just the students in one particular classroom of teachers. So then if I want to share it with just those teachers, I got to come up to Send and hit the plus sign next to 2, and then I need to search for their username. I'm going to search for a last name, and then it pulls up some users. I can add them. It's a whole lot faster if you type in just their particular username, like mine is WDELAC, and then hit search. It should come up a whole lot faster that way. You can type in a note, like here is the view, it will get, when after you hit send, it will send the person an email, and if you have typed in a note, that email is visible. It also, in the email, it will say who it was sent by, so that's kind of nice, that they don't have to go looking for it, and you hit send, and then it gives you a nice little reminder that everything has gone through. And the nice thing too, pay attention, it says they can access the view from received views on the Analyze tab. So once you have received views, or once they have received views, there'll be another little button up here that says my saved views, or it'll say my received views, and they click on there, and that's where they'll find it. But this user has not received any, that's why you don't see my received views. But it's nice that it gives you that reminder, and in the email it also explains to them where to find it as well. Now, let's say that this is a view that you would want them to use beyond just this one static time to view it. Maybe you want all of your teachers to be using this for a particular assessment. This is one assessment, and it was students who did not meet projected growth. So maybe you want all of your grade level teachers to be able to do this. So that you would not use for send, you would actually share with them. So you can click share, and then this is where you have different options. I've created this reference sheet for sharing, primarily for the share button. The send button is a little simpler, but there are a lot of things and options to go into when thinking about the share button. So if you're trying to share with all teachers, the only way to do that is coming here and clicking My Campus Teachers. It does make it a quick view, even though it doesn't specifically say quick view. So if I want it to be shared with all teachers, I would click My Campus Teachers. Now, let's say I also want my academic team to be able to do that as well. I want them to be able to use this view to analyze any map test and find all the students who did not meet projected growth on any grade levels or subjects map test. Then I'm going to come down here to My Campus Quick View. If I only wanted it to be for me, then I would make it my quick view, but I want my campus leaders to be able to see that. And so I'm going to call it My Campus Quick Views, and then hit submit. Now, doing that takes it out of my views, my saved views. It's no longer there. And the way I can find it, if you're looking for it, once I've started sharing it with people, it's no longer in my saved views. We can find it in a couple of different places. If you can find it in my manage my views, if I've shared it with like specific users and it lists them there, the most recent view is always down at the bottom. So know that, just if you've got a whole lot, scroll all the way down to the very bottom. And there it is. And I've only sent it to Anthony Smith. Now, if I shared it as a campus quick view or as a quick view for teachers, it's going to be under Manage Shared Views. And again, I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom, and it's right here, and it tells me it's a campus quick, which means that all principal level viewers can see it, and campus teacher quick. Okay, that's why I was saying it doesn't say a quick view for teachers, but it is a quick view for them. If I click it, I would consider clicking it and then editing it, because remember, I made this just for 4th grade and just for reading, but the reason that I made it a quick view is because I wanted everybody to be able to use this, no matter the subject. So then I would take out the grade level and take out the subject because I want anybody to. So I could go ahead and say map students who did not meet projected growth. I don't need to make it just the spring test, because no matter what test, no matter which map test they drill down to, if I have them use this quick view, it's going to use that test. So I don't need to make this only for the spring test. It'll do the same thing for any of those. After I do that, then I want to come down to update. And it just kind of goes back to this manage shared views. If I go down to the bottom, it says that right here, map students who did not meet projected growth. So now let's look at how campus teachers and other admin level users would be able to use that. So that quick view. So I'm going to drill down to a different map test, and let's get a different subject, different grade level, and a different subject. So here are all of my students that took that test. I can come up here to the drop-down menu. Remember, that's where you find those quick views. Go down to the very bottom. It's usually down at the very bottom, map students who did not meet projected growth. And now it has given me only those students who did not meet projected growth. So now let's go back and look at the data view that I created that had many different assessments, like all of the assessments for one particular grade level, all on one data card. So let's assume that I want to share this data view only with my campus academic team, and that are all principal level users. And this is going to be just a piece of some data that I want them to be able to refer to repeatedly. So for that purpose, I would make this just a campus view, okay? It wouldn't be a quick view that would be in a drop-down menu. So I'm going to go up again to share. Now remember, this has already been saved. I know that because I've got my save and save as and my send and share button. I click share, and then I'm going to go back into the different levels. I'm not going to make it a quick view because I'm not wanting them to use this for multiple different assessments. So what I'm going to do is come up here to make it a My Campus view. Okay, that is only going to be shared with other principal level users at my campus. It will not be shared with teachers. If I also wanted to share this maybe just with the 4th grade teachers, then I would have to send it, but they would not be able to switch between the different summary views. So I go ahead and click submit. And then it does a little flash. It lets me know that something has happened. Okay. And then the way to find it is to come down here below quick views, below my save views, to campus views. And when I open that up, then I can see right here, grade 4, all subjects, data card 2019-2020. And it's right here. I can always edit and go in and add more assessments. This is something that you could be building all throughout the school year and add on assessments as you're going if you would like to do that. Now, if I wanted to make this a quick view, then there are some other things to consider. This is something that I want campus level teachers or my academic leaders, principal level users on campus to be able to use. Then that's where I'm going to have to think about this first assessment being a placeholder. Okay, so if I make this a quick view, and I make it my quick view for myself, or I make it a campus quick view for the other academic leaders on campus, or even make it a my campus share it with my campus teachers, which also makes it a quick view, then remember you have to think about this first test being a placeholder. If I want them to see the 3rd grade reading STAR test, then I need to go back into the edit button, and I need to drag over some assessment that is just a placeholder. I don't care about it. They're never going to look at it. It really doesn't matter what it is. I like to recommend that you pick something that has absolutely nothing to do with the grade level. Like a circle test is a pre-K test. It would never have anything to do with 4th graders. So I'm going to try to drag it up near the top and then drag that down. And then I would hit update. You're going to get all kinds of other information because it brings in your pre-K scores. It kind of makes a bit of a mess of it at first, but then you go to share it and make it a campus quick view and hit submit. Oh, I know I already forgot to hit the save button. Might have to go back into share again. Let's see. My campus quit. I'll do submit again. Can open up my save views, manage my views, because notice it's not there anymore. And here it is right here, my campus quick. If I need to edit it, I can do that. So just be wary about quick views when you have multiple assessments. Make sure that that first test is a placeholder. And if you're making some kind of data card, I honestly would just recommend that you make it a campus view for those academic leaders. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out over email or Skype.